ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your watch-along here on Younes Talks Chelsea. I hope all of you are doing well. I'm just literally touching up on a couple of things here. Apologies, it's showing I didn't have the time. I got the time wrong. This wasn't meant to actually be scheduled for 10 minutes ago. But I've seen and I've gone, you know what, let me start, because I'm meant to do it half an hour before, not 45. So my apologies. But let me get all of this up on here. Right, there we go. There we are. Hope all of you are good. But welcome to Chelsea versus Newcastle. This watch-along is going to get very interesting. Off the back of that 5-2 loss, I'm guessing there's not a lot of you that are very, very interested in seeing what's going to happen today. But here on Younes Talks Chelsea, we're up in the levels. As you can see, new layout, new design, new additions. We got lineups and stats for when the game is going on. So this is going to help. As you can see, the lineups are on screen for you right now. I've not seen them, so I'm going to react with you right now in terms of what is actually going on. So let's go through it. Hang on. That can't be right. What are we doing here? They've got that wrong. They've got that wrong. Okay, so the info where this has been pulled from, I think has got this muddled up, kind of. Correa left back, not at right back. Gusto at right back. Fofana, Chalobah, centre back. James and Caicedo in midfield. That's the Newcastle team. We've got Garnacho, Palmer, Enzo, and Pedro up front. That's pretty much. Hang on, who's in goal? Was it Sanchez? Hang on. Show me. We'll go through the Newcastle team in a bit. Go on. Next. Show me, for goodness sake. This is on an automatic roll. So Sanchez in goal. Okay. As predicted. This is what I said in the preview. But it's not Reece James at right back. It's Reece James in midfield. It's basically the team that... Yeah, it's the team that started at PSG. Except for Sanchez in place of Jorgensen and Garnacho in place of Neto. That's it. Everything else is the same. So there we are. I'll go through the bench in a little bit. For Newcastle, Ramsdale, Lewis Hall at left back, Livramento right back, Botman and Theo, Willock, Ramsey, Barnes, Murphy, Walter Mardo in midfield again. I don't know why he's doing this. Gordon up front. I would switch him. Look, if someone's got to play in the 10, it's got to be Gordon and not Walter Mardo, respectfully, even though Gordon doesn't really play as a 10. But if someone's got to do that, I don't know why Walter Mardo's being put in midfield. And I don't know why Eddie Howe is so adamant on this experiment. I've done a whole video on this on Younes Talks Football. So you can go and have a look, link in the description. But I'm shocked. I was shocked at exactly why that was the case. Yeah. That's an experiment that I think needed to die. Let me just go through this real quick. Amazing. Right. Okay, had to message there. But the lineups, if we get to the subs now, who's on the bench? Now, I'll be honest, my predictions, my prediction was 2-2. My hopes are low, I'll be honest, for today. But we never know. With the subs, they are... Has Jorgensen been dropped? Jorgensen's dropped. Okay. Okay. Tosin, Badiashile, Delap, Andre Santos, Mamadou Sarr, Hato. Teddy Sharman Lowe is the other goalkeeper here that we're going to turn to in case. Mark Gu and Lavia. For Newcastle, Nick Pope, Trippier, Joe Linton, Wissa, Osula, Elanga, Ruddy, Byrne and Murphy. Now, can I say, Newcastle have rotated. Newcastle have rotated. I watched that Newcastle-Barca game. We've done the watch-along for that game over on Younes Talks Football. But Trippier started that game. Joe Linton started that game. Osula started that game. Elanga started that game. Dan Byrne started that game. And they're all on the bench. However, they have players that they can turn to here, which is still fairly strong enough. So they've still got a good balance. There are players in that team that did start against Barcelona. Lewis Hall, Harvey Barnes. Yeah, Harvey Barnes. Anthony Gordon didn't. He's starting today. Jacob Ramsey, did he come off the bench? Or was it, no, Jacob Murphy? I forgot. But anyway, Thiaw started, and yeah, Lewis Hall, I've said, and Aaron Ramsdale is now looking like the #1 goalkeeper. So they've rotated. We haven't really much. We got two players that we've changed, and everything is still the same. So to be fair, and I did say this in the preview, we needed to keep the strongest team possible. It's as simple as that. We can't just switch up. And I'm glad there's no 5-6 changes here as what some people anticipate. And I'm glad that's not the case. So, but anyway, we'll see what this is going to end up looking like. Because honestly, we've reached the point now with Chelsea where, oh, Jorgensen's out of a groin injury. Okay. Sure. If you say so. Let me know. It's so obvious. I mean, at least try. Do you know what I mean? At least try. You know what would have been good? What would have been best is to just have him on the bench. Just to have him on the bench. You don't need to come out and say, oh, he's injured. Okay. What, because he's your new #1? Oh, come on, have a day off. Anyway, when it comes to lineups now, I don't think there's much... I don't think there's much really to look into now when the lineups come out and we think, oh my God, yeah, we've solved it. Now we've not solved anything. At the end of the day, we could go with any 11 here and there's holes. Any 11 and there's flaws. And yes, this is the best that we can possibly do. But at the end of the day, the way that we've been moving, we just know, regardless of what we put on the pitch defensively as a whole shape, we are exposed. Now, I will say this team is more than capable to score goals. More than capable. That midfield is fairly stacked. Cole Palmer's on the pitch. João Pedro's in form. There's no excuse. We should be scoring. But it's like I said in the preview, and this is why I went with 2-2. And you guys can let me know in the chat what your predictions are. Let me know how you think it's all going to go down. But I think that we are also going to leak, regardless. The problem here is that we've gone to our strongest team. And when we look to the bench, just like we did in Paris, we suffer. So whoever we bring off the bench, it's just a downgrade. When you look at Newcastle, now they're not playing their strongest team. So we should be exploiting that. We should be. But they got players that can bring off the bench to help change the game. And this is where we got to be careful. I will namely say Elanga is one, Wissa is another, and Joe Linton. Those are the three. I'm surprised Dan Burns not starting. But they got Botman and they got Thiaw. But anyway, we'll see. Your predictions. 3-1. 3-1, 5-2 Newcastle. I see what you did there. 2-2, 2-0 Chelsea win. 3-1, 4-2. Yeah, we can't afford draws. No. Every game now is a must win. Every single game is a must win. As simple as that. Even the PSG game in midweek. You know, we've all lost hope. We know it's done. But respectfully, we need to go to Paris. No, not Paris. We need to have Paris at the bridge, PSG at the bridge. And we have no choice but to go all guns blazing because we have 3 goals to score. Do you know what I mean? And it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Or if we do score 3, we're going to concede. The mountain's too large to climb. It's possible, don't get me wrong, anything can happen in football, but PSG have got to capitulate in a way that is just unbelievable. And this is why at the very beginning I said, over 2 legs, this is too much, man. Over 2 legs, it's difficult. One game, the off chance, 90 minutes, you never know. But 2 legs, where it's more strategic, home and away, it's harder. It's harder. So we'll see when we cross that bridge in midweek. We will be doing the watch-along for that here as well, so don't worry. I'm curious to see what Gordon's going to do today. I am. Because there's some games where he absolutely cooks, and there's some games he goes missing. So I genuinely don't know. We got 3-1 Newcastle, 2-2 draw, 3-1 Chelsea. Again, it's funny. This happened against PSG, and it's happening again tonight. The predictions are very 50-50. Some of you reckon we'll kill them, we'll be comfortable, we'll do really well, and some of you think we're going to suffer. Just like against PSG, it was the exact same thing. Very, very 50-50. Goes to show just where the fan base is right now. Edda, I hear you, mate. I know. I'm the same, don't worry, mate. I feel. I am feel. I am feel. Like Usyk, I am feel. Harvey Barnes will be a handful. Now, the one thing about Newcastle that I want to say is, like I said in the preview, Newcastle have this thing where every time they play a Champions League game, the next Premier League game, they stink up the place. But Newcastle in the league against top teams tend to do really well. So those two worlds are crossing over for them. They've just played a game against Barcelona where they played really well. Chances are energy levels are going to be a little bit low. They've rotated. But they are playing a big game. So I don't know what way, do you know what I mean, Newcastle are going to go. And I also don't know what way we're going to go, to be honest, because it's the first time in a while that we are sticking with our strongest team days after playing them in a big game. So we tend to rotate a lot. This is actually the first time where we've played a big game, we're playing our strongest team, we've got another big game in midweek, and then we got the league again, and it's just, we're going to be, I'm guessing, going with this lineup constantly. So we'll see what happens. Both teams here have questions to answer, is the reality. Jackson did get a red card in the Bundesliga. I did see that red card. He has clearly learned absolutely nothing. And people want to go, yeah, we bring Jackson back. No. No. No, hell no. Absolutely not. Do you know what I mean? Let me just make sure that we're getting the right... so Arsenal, Everton's there. Chelsea will probably be here. Other Premier League games have been played. And if I'm not mistaken, Brighton beat Sunderland 1-0. Oh my God, yeah, Brighton beat Sunderland 1-0. Burnley, Bournemouth 0-0. Amazing. Did I say draw for that? I think I said 1-1. Yeah, I think I might have got that. I think I got a point over on shootout. Fantastic. Get in. But none of us got the Sunderland-Brighton game. I don't think, anyway. I went with a Sunderland win. I got that absolutely wrong. Sunderland looked like they're capitulating. Anyway, we'll see what happens. But yeah, Jackson with a horror tackle. Horror tackle. Stupid tackle at that. Very, very stupid. He's literally gone studs into the ankle. And he came on for Harry Kane whilst they were chasing the game. I think they were losing 1-0. And he sent them to 10 men. Actually, how did that game finish? Because I didn't actually have a butcher's. How did that game finish? Oh, they drew. No way did they draw. Fair flipping play. Luis Diaz. Hang on. Did they go down to 9? Oh my God, they went down to 9. Luis Diaz scored and then went, peace out. I'm getting the second yellow. They went down to 9. Blood. Yeah, how did Bayer Leverkusen not take advantage of this? Honestly, that's shocking from Leverkusen. But they got a 1-1 draw. But yeah, Jackson, absolutely mental. Horror. Yeah, clearly he's learned absolutely nothing. You know? Stupid tackles, lunging into dangerous situations, stupid red. You'd think he would have sorted himself out by now. Doesn't look like Bayern Munich are going to be triggering that permanent fee, are they? So we'll expect Jackson back in the summer, where he will be moved on swiftly for a discount. Because no one's going to pay big money for him now. I'm sure of it. The whole Jackson experiment, I think, has gone so wrong. His reputation has been damaged. We'll see. You guys in the chat. Again, yeah, very, very 50-50. Big up to Steve. I hope you're well. I can see you in here today. I know you was away at the Paris game, PSG. Hope you had fun. Jackson's pathetic. Nothing's changed. Yeah, nothing's changed. It's mad because, yeah, it's true. He's better than Delap. He is better than Delap. Which just, it's nuts. It speaks volumes. It just speaks volumes. How crazy is that? He's better than Delap. But he's still not good enough. Do you know what I mean? Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Your nan's better than Delap. Brilliant. Right now, the Premier League table, as it stands, just to give you guys context of where we are. So, Man United sitting in third. Joint, should I say, with Aston Villa, because they're both on 51 and played 29 games. 3 points behind is both Chelsea and Liverpool that are on 48. So today, Brentford 4 points behind as well. Who are they playing? Brentford are playing, they have an easy game, I think. Oh yeah, they got Wolves. Yeah, it's an easy game. Well, it should be. I've said this on Shootout. I think Brentford will beat Wolves very easily. I think it'll be 2-0. I think Wolves will go back to type. Wolves showed up against the big teams. I think against Brentford, they fell. So anyway, Brentford 4 points behind, Everton 5 points behind, and that's it. Forget the rest. They're not relevant. But yeah, Liverpool will be looking to go above. Chelsea and Liverpool will be looking to catch up to United and Aston Villa. They're playing each other, so that's something for tomorrow. Manchester United and Aston Villa playing each other. Now, there is Liverpool-Tottenham tomorrow. Make sure you guys are at the watch-along tomorrow over on Younes Talks Football, because we're doing Liverpool-Tottenham. We have to, because clearly, Tottenham are going to get absolutely peppered. Salt and peppered. Yeah? Salt and peppered. Literally seasoning. They're going to get seasoned. So, we will be doing that. But that's the story of the league right now. Jorgensen, hang on, you know what? I've not actually gone online to check all the updates, and I've not gone online to actually check the news and whatnot since the lineups have come out. Yeah, we've got Kieran Gill coming out saying that Jorgensen's absence from the Chelsea squad is due to a slight groin issue. How convenient, and it's funny that that didn't show, there was no signs of that in the game against PSG. None at all. Kieran Gill's told Philip Jorgensen's absence from the Chelsea squad is due to a slight groin issue. Told. So, yeah. They've briefed that over to him, and he has spouted it out to the rest of us, and we're going to just sit here and go, yeah, he's injured. Okay. That's damage limitation, guys. That's protection. And Sanchez, it gives a reason for Sanchez to come back in without making it look like that Jorgensen's been dropped for an absolute stinker because he put in a howler against PSG. That's the situation. That's the situation. We got even people that are very, very adamant on believing what they hear, saying that why is the groin issue news difficult to believe? Of course, you've got to be an idiot to believe it. Respectfully, you got to be very, very, very naive to believe it. Do you know what I mean? So we'll let them do their thing. Dimitri, thank you very much for the first super chat of the day, or the night, the evening, should I say? Let's say evening, because it's going to be 5:30 kickoff in the UK. Saying, how you doing? Jorgensen out the squad. Come on, Liam. I think Jorgensen's been dropped, but without being dropped to the public. Do you know what I mean? Kind of in a way where... Now, you know what? I'll say this. I wouldn't be surprised. Actually... I wouldn't be surprised if Jorgensen starts against PSG in the second leg. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked. But I feel like there has to be an element of responsibility and common sense. Who's the keeper that's more likely to pull off brilliant saves? It's going to be Sanchez. So in a game where we want to limit how much we concede, that's what you should be focusing on. You shouldn't be focusing on who's going to be the better passer out the back. And even then, we saw Jorgensen put in a howler, so is he even better? No, I put them the same. But who's more likely to actually help your defense? It's Sanchez. Crazily enough, between the two, it's Sanchez. So I only say I wouldn't be surprised because it seems like they've come to a decision that Jorgensen's going to be the one to play every week. But after that stinker in that PSG game, they're clearly putting him to the side so some of the fire stops on Jorgensen. This is why I say I wouldn't be surprised if it's reintroduced for the second leg when we've got nothing to lose because we're 3 goals down. But at the same time, in order to help your defence whilst you are chasing 3 goals minimum just to equalise, we need to not concede, which is not going to happen, but we need to give ourselves our best chance, which is to play Sanchez. Do you know what I mean? So this is where I think it might actually be Sanchez. Might be Sanchez. We'll see what happens. Let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. AC3W1 with another super chat. Thank you very much. Saying 2 billion. This is what they consider the state of it. Facts. Listen, it's a joke. It's an absolute joke. And this is why Cave Savicol from Sky was giving all the excuses yesterday about how the Chelsea hierarchy have put another 2-3 years on the timeline for us to win the Premier League and the Champions League. So that would make it 7, right? And it's funny because we were told this info a couple of years ago that it was going to be 4 years. And now we've hit the 4-year mark. They're going to another 3 years added on. So, but the one thing is that they're adamant that people have to be more patient. We've spent 2 billion. And this is what we've cooked up. A mess. Do you know what I mean? It's horrible. It's horrible. It's shocking. So let them say what they want. I think there's a lot more people now that are starting to clock on and realise exactly just how deep this is going and how much I think the ownership are taking the fan base for a ride and trying to manoeuvre their way to try and buy as much time as possible. So we'll see. Steve, you are correct. That 7-year limit is the beginning, and that 10-year limit is normally the selling point. So, although I got a feeling they're going to struggle. So let's see how this is going to go. Let me get, you know what? Let's get the Oppo view. Yeah, let's get the Oppo view. You know what? I should have actually, maybe I should have contacted True Geordie because I've spoken of him before. Maybe to get his view on things because I don't know what Newcastle are feeling. When we go to Newcastle, let's go to their Twitter page. Let's go to what are their fans saying under their lineup? How are they feeling? So Tonali's missing, by the way. He's ill, according to Newcastle. Okay, good indication. Firstly, someone said Magpie Media. Is this a big page? Magpie Media. It's a decent page, 21.5K. Saying Ramsey as the number 6, Murphy captain. This could go one of 2 ways. So a little bit uncertain, right? It could either be brilliant or it could be a complete catastrophe. Pretty good other than the midfield without Tonali, which is true, to be fair. Walter the midfield experiment continues with a video of Alex Jones going, I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of retarded. Okay, there's actually a few comments here on Walter in midfield that they just don't like. And it's true, I don't like it either. If I was a Newcastle fan, I'd be fuming. I don't get why Walter is playing in midfield. Maybe I'm about to get humbled and we're about to find out why. But again, he's not been playing well at all from that position. And I don't understand why Eddie Howe is so adamant. That's somewhere where we should be able to control the game. Let me tell you this now. So with Walter in midfield, we should, with Caicedo, Santos alongside him, innit? No, sorry, not Santos. Sorry, Reece James. Even better in that instance then. We should be dominating that midfield. By the way, like I said at the beginning of the watch-along, the lineups are mirrored, and I don't know why. That's going to be solved. I can't do it now because I'm live, but those will be switched, don't worry. Just so everything that's on the left is meant to be on the right, everything that's on the right is meant to be on the left. So just to let you guys know. But That midfield is there for the taking. With Walter there, yes, there's Willock and Ramsey to focus on, but from deep, we should have control of the ball, and I'm looking at Caicedo mainly. That should be dominating that area where Walter is. So there's no excuses. Oh, actually, hang on. Let me do something. Let me just have a look. I think I can solve the issue. Right, hang on. Not sure it's going to work, but if it doesn't, then it's fine, don't worry. We'll solve it on the next one. But anyway, midfield is an absolute no-brainer. Absolute no-brainer. So we'll see how this game's going to go. Thank you very much to AC3WI. Much appreciated again. That Cave fella needs a proper punch up the I don't advocate violence, right? But I feel like it's pretty obvious that he's... I think very heavily influenced by the football club, unfortunately, like many journalists. So yeah, he's just the mouthpiece at this point. OJ, thank you very much, saying, hey Younes, hope you're doing well, my friend. If we don't go out there guns blazing, I will lose it. We need a convincing win. No excuses, mate. I completely agree. This game can honestly go one of two ways. Either we show from the beginning the intensity and the will, or Newcastle actually show up in the way that people do normally expect them to show up against big teams. But they do have holes. Newcastle do have holes that we should take advantage of, considering that they're the ones that have rotated and not us. So let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. I find it crazy, by the way, this whole, if we're talking about the goalkeeper situation, if we talk about the goalkeeper situation and we talk about, he went to Jorgensen, all of a sudden he's number one, Sanchez is dropped, puts in a stinker, now he's out the squad, Sanchez is back in, it's just an absolute mess, do you know what I mean? Like, that just should not be happening. You should just know who your number one is, stick with it and done. It's clearly, anyone with eyes can see, between those two goalkeepers, and it shouldn't be either of them, but between those two, it's obviously Sanchez. In fact, I saw Jorgensen was at Villarreal. Am I right? He was. Yeah, Villarreal. There were Villarreal pages from back in like 2023 that were talking about how he was a second division goalkeeper. They weren't impressed with him whatsoever. There's like, this guy's not good enough. He's just not good. Simple as that. It's not like, you know, a horrific goalkeeper. He's just not good enough. See, he should be playing in, not La Liga, he should be playing in Liga 2. Do you know what I mean? So they're not wrong. Because now we see, the way that I see it, Jorgensen is the sort of guy that you can play in the Conference League. Like we did. And that fit, you know? But, respectfully, not for this level. Not for this level. How he's even being given a sniff in is, I'm guessing, just to make sure that he's getting game time so when we flog him in the summer. Simple as that. Everything's about value, which Daniel Finkelstein made public anyway. It's all about market value. Well, that's the model. We're going for market value. Resale value was what he said. Resale value. It's not news. It's really not news. Anyone who wants to now understand that, it's up to them. Yeah, Steve, much appreciated. Blueco will create a Ponzi pyramid scheme to repay investors while creating an alternate consortium if all goes up after 7 years, which it will. Apparently, there's things. So there was a very, very good financial explanation put out by Bobby Fairview. I think it was, on Twitter, about the whole debt situation and the levels of the club. So we're talking Chelsea FC Holdings, Blueco 22, and then the higher holdings, Midco 22, whatever the hell it was, the parent layer of the cake, basically, and how there's structure every single one, and how people will be led to look at the wrong thing. It's a very good explanation if you go and have a look. Players are about to come out onto the pitch. We got final touches from the groundsman. There are empty seats at the moment, although I think many people are still in the concourses. They are going to be coming out. We'll see how many. Apparently, this isn't a sellout. So just to let you guys know, there were tickets available for this game. If you really wanted to go, they were there. Because it's not everyone that is fully invested in this now, clearly. So, yeah. We'll see how this is all going to go. Thank you very much to CC Explains It. Oh, CC Explains It. Don't know why that was difficult to read. Thank you very much for your super chat saying, "Hi, Younes. I've been watching from when you had 100 subs along with Zeka. Congrats on your progress. Are you, Matisse, Miz going to do a video together? Much appreciated." You are, you know, there's OGs and then there's like ancestors. You are an ancestor, bro. You were there from the get-go. Back when no one knew who I was. Big up to you. Thank you very much, man. And yeah, the fact you know Joe Zeka tells me everything you need to know. But yes, when there's time. So for me, scheduling has changed, which means that doing all-you-can-eat Chelsea and all of that has been difficult for me to do in the middle of like early afternoon for me. It's just been impossible. So that's why I've been absent from all-you-can-eat Chelsea. But wherever possible, and I've told Miz this, wherever it's going to be possible for me to fit in, I will be on. But it's not going to be every week. It's going to be impossible to do every week. So that's basically the score. So you'll see me on just whenever it's going to be possible. Players coming out. Let me have another Butchers, by the way, because I do think... No, still the same. We'll see if that works. No, that's not worked. Don't worry. Next one, everything will not be mirrored like it is at the moment. You can see over there, the left is meant to be on the right and the right's meant to be on the left, but it's fine, don't worry. Game's about to kick off. We are going to get ourselves up and running. Now, just to give you guys some context on this, let me bring this across here. The timer and the scores are going to automatically update. I don't know when that's going to be, right? It's not in my control. It's sourced directly to wherever it's picking the info up from. So, yeah, just letting you guys know on that. If anything were to react before I see it or anything like that, this is just a test phase at the moment because it's the first watch along where we've got all this information on screen for your viewing pleasure. So, yeah, bear that one in mind, and then I'll make sure that everything is tightened up for the midweek PSG game. Oh, well, no, tomorrow. Tomorrow, Liverpool-Tottenham. Things will be tightened up for that, without a doubt. So that's on Younes Talks Football as well, link in the description. Thank you very much to Abu Bakr. Thank you for your super chat saying, what did you think of Johnny's stream yesterday? I watched it all. I thought it was pretty much bang on the money. Pretty much bang on the money. He basically nailed it on every single level. Especially the whole Daniel Finkelstein stuff. My problem isn't even with, say, Matisse, George, these guys who have received, communication and, they've been contacted by someone like Daniel Finkelstein. My problem is why? Why is someone like him reaching out to content creators? I mean, he's never reached out to me. So, but they're going out in this sort of angle when realistically they should be talking to the CST. He should be literally in constant communication with the CST who actually represent the fan base. What are we going to do? Well, what we do is put our views out that people, Chelsea fans around the world, listen to, which means that it's Daniel Finkelstein's way of being able to help control the narrative. It's as simple as that. Here's the huddle with the referee. Why is the referee in the huddle? What the hell are we doing? What is this? What are we doing? Why are we doing this? And why is the referee in the middle? I feel like I want to cringe. What are we doing? The referee can hear everything. Why? I don't get it. I'm sorry, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. That doesn't add up for me at all. I don't know if it does for you. It doesn't for me. Rotten. Okay, we're up and away. Then the timer is actually nailed on. The timer's nailed on for when it started for me. So you guys are going to be getting a very, accurate timer and a very accurate scoreline according to what I'm watching. So let's go. Let's go. Thank you very much for your super chat as well. OJ, much appreciated again, saying Gusto should be standing in front of the big dude. Mate, what was that? I know even you guys are baffled. I don't understand. It's not necessary. Do you know what I mean? It's just not necessary. It doesn't bring you any benefit whatsoever. That's my problem here, anyway. And we're gonna do it for the second half as well. This is what's crazy. Anyway, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Cucurella the throat. There was a stat earlier on that came out that showed that Chelsea. Flipping out. I don't even remember the stat because it was so outlandish. It was so ridiculous that my brain didn't process it. Let me tell you what the stat was because it just doesn't add up. Oh yeah, since Liam Rosenior took charge, Chelsea have had more sequences of 10-plus open play passes than any other side in the Premier League, 173. They're averaging 21.6 per game under Rosenior compared to 14 before his arrival this time. This is why the Premier League is suffering. Yeah? Here come Newcastle. Flipping out. Garnacho tries to keep it on. Throw. But this is why the Prem is suffering. When we've got stupid stats like this, they're stupid stats. Because it's irrelevant. Say, for example, like what we do, we tend to pass between our back line for most of the time we have the ball anyway, then this stat becomes null and void. Why are we looking at this stat in the first place? It doesn't have any significance whatsoever. And this is not just a Chelsea thing. I'm only raising it because this applies to us, but this is a Premier League thing. The Premier League has been now structured to look at all of these things, and the way that teams are playing are being based off of nonsense like this. This is why we look machine-like, robotic, everything's systemized, whereas other leagues, despite not being as good as a league compared to the Prem, have teams that play quality football. Quality, effective football. So, you see now, we've gone Chalobah, Caicedo, Sanchez, Fofana, and we're passing along our back line. These all count as passes in the stat that I just told you. But what significance is there? It does nothing. The stat should be passes in the opposing half. That I will listen to. Because you're actually in the midst of creating properly. You're in the opposing half. That counts. But overall, it just doesn't add up. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, enough stat ranting. We'll see what happens. Lewis Hall. Welcome back, Lewis Hall, by the way. Grew up at Cobham. Has developed very, very well. Hope he is well. Mazin CFC with a super chat, thank you very much, saying, do you think there's any hope this board will learn and change a few things based on all the fan base backlash or not? No chance. No chance, because they can't. They're so far into the model, and the strategy of this model is a purely financial one from a private equity perspective. So when we tell them to change the things that we know they need to change, they're not going to do it, because that goes against the entire strategy that they bought the club with in the first place. It's just not going to happen, which is why Winstanley and Stewart have been praised for what they're doing, and they've been given extensions, and they're still in jobs because they are just conducting what's asked of them. They're nothing more than puppets. These owners are adamant that everything is going to clock, even on a footballing level, because of the youth-first policy that we seem to have at the club. And because of that, it's going to have huge financial returns. So they're not going to divert away from that, because for them, there's still a few years to go before they actually get to those returns. And the value of the club increases to something completely unrealistic. It's not going to change. If it was going to change, it would have changed by now. 4 years in, they're not going to bother. They're not going to bother. Newcastle are in. Straight to Sanchez. Is that Harvey Barnes? It was. Unlucky for Harvey Barnes. 5 minutes in. And that's he would have been on. It's a good ball from Lewis Hall over the top to Harvey Barnes. That's what they were doing against Barcelona, by the way. Constantly trying to go above the back line or through. And that's what we did against PSG, to be honest. We were going through them. Good defending. Good strength, Cole Palmer there. Sanchez back in today. I hope there's no blunders from him. Imagine we get a blunder from Sanchez. That's it, we're cooked. That means both goalkeepers ain't got a clue. I hope we don't get that. I really hope we don't get that. Trev, Sanchez, don't make a mistake. Oh my God. I swear, no, these goalkeepers, honestly, they're going to be the end of us as a fan base. They are legitimately going to be the end of us as a fan base. Every time they get the ball, it's just squeaky bum time. Ball over the top. Does that reach anyone? Garnacho? Alejandro? Anyone? No? No. Ramsdale wheels it out. Jacob Ramsey to Botman to Lewis Hall. Newcastle throw. JC, thank you very much for your super chat. Much appreciated, mate. Hope you're well. Wanted to speak on the point of John as interim coach. Regardless of what we think, he was charged with racism against a black player. Our team has many black players. Don't see it going well with a few. That was years ago. That was years ago. And what actually helped him is that in a court of law, he was found not guilty. So, do you know what I mean? But that issue was time ago. To the point, he was in his prime when that was going down with Anton Ferdinand and all of that. He came through that even whilst playing, and that got sorted out long time ago. So no, that won't cause any issue whatsoever. Truth is, John Terry is much more qualified than anyone we've hired right now. You can argue Liam Rossini should be the head coach. Okay, let's take it. But are you telling me John Terry can't be in the backroom staff? Are you having a laugh? When we've got kinetic energy literally taking up every single space that are completely underqualified. Here's Garnacho giving the ball away, Cucurella to him, and they've lost the ball now. And here come Chelsea on the break. John Terry, without question, gets into that backroom staff with a cigar. Literally with a cigar. And he likes a good old cigar from time to time, apparently. So, you know, not only is he qualified, he's got pro license and he's got everything. He's got extra things on board. He's got experience. He was assistant manager at Aston Villa. He's got all of this. Meanwhile, we've got an assistant gaffer that doesn't even have a UEFA pro license. What are we doing? Unfortunately, when you've come through Kinetic and you know Joe Shields, you get, you know, fast track entry, despite your qualifications and background. That's where we are. Cucurella, Chelsea corner. Pawan9593, thank you very much for your super chat, saying Business of Sport pod said there is a chance after 10 years Blueco might create Blueco version 2, bring in new investors to cover losses. You think this is real? Yes. Yes. From a business perspective, they can do that. It's, as he said on that pod, it's a last resort. You know, the very last option that you have. Header over the bar from Fofana. It's the last resort. Do you know what I mean? In a state of panic, we haven't hit our value. We need to do something. You do that. You restructure. And that is a way around it. It's not a good look. But you can do it that way, yeah. Have a watch. I advise everyone to go and watch that Business of Sport podcast episode. Very, very, very insightful. JC, again, thank you very much, saying agree, but people still hold it against him. Can see the worry there. Agreed, John should get the job, 100%. Assistant coach for us. Without question. And what people are saying, this is where people try to, Lewis Hall is in. Literally 1, 2, 3 around. And well done, Gusto. He's gotten that's a foul, isn't it? Yep, Chelsea free kick. What people were saying, the media, not people, the media, they tried to come out and make it look like, John Terry wanted the interim job when McFarlane got the job. There's Tommy T. Big up, Mr. Audi TT. When John McFarlane, is his name John? Well, McFarlane, right? McFarlane. No, it's not John. Is it? I forgot his name. Anyway, McFarlane, when he took the team to Man City, people were saying, John Terry wanted the job. No, John Terry made it abundantly clear that he should have been part of the setup. He should have been part of the coaching team, the staff. And it's true, he absolutely should have, considering that he's worked with a lot of the youngsters that were looked at on that day to step in. You know, and even with the coaching staff from the under-21s, John Terry has worked with the under-21s. Why he wasn't part of that? Well, we heard it from Daniel Finkelstein, didn't we? They don't see John Terry as someone that can be, somehow, professional enough to be in the first team. Not only is he one of the biggest legends of our football club, he is one of the reasons why Chelsea are where they are in the first place, you know? So the lack of respect is absolutely outstanding. Outstanding. And at least if he wasn't qualified or he had things missing, he's got everything. Here's Cole Palmer, space, and now not so much space. Gusto, cleared. Oh, Reece James. Bloody hell, that went into Rosed. So yeah, I don't get it. I really don't. Well, I do get it. He's not a yes man. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. I guarantee if John Terry was part of the coaching staff, he'd kick off. He'd kick off. John Terry would start saying things for how they actually are. He would go and speak to the owners. I don't think he'd last a week. John Terry would probably not last a week before it kicks off. He's like, what the hell are you lot doing around here? Because you've got to remember, even at Chelsea, John Terry's not in the first team building. John Terry's in the academy building. Academy, it's not like how it was on the Roman. On the Roman, everyone could mix and intertwine and do what they wanted to do. Go and see who they wanted to see. With these lot, nah. First team building, first team personnel only. No one else. Garnacho with the chance and very, very soft attempt. 12 minutes in, still 0-0. But yeah, John Terry got one little sniff into that first team building and saw exactly how things were being run. I think he would... I don't want to say what he would do. But let's just say I think he'd kick off. Caicedo, little pressure there. He's got him through it. Enzo. Good Correa. Look at where Waltermada is right now. If you're looking at Chelsea and navigating the ball, Chalobah over to Reece James. Waltermada legit in midfield. And he's just left that space and Cole Palmer's gone straight into it. This is why the Waltermada midfield experiment doesn't work. It really doesn't. Palmer! How have you missed? How's he missed that? He should be burying that. CFC Josh, thank you very much. Brand new member, welcome to the squad. He should be burying that, I can't lie. Why has he hit that with the outside of his boot? He should have tried to bend that inwards, not outwards. He's got a defender in front of him. Why has he tried to smash it that way? Come on, Palmer. Use your loaf. Oh, man, this Walter-Mada midfield experiment is a joke, isn't it? It's how Garnacho got in. That's going to be Newcastle's downfall today, I reckon, you know. I really do. And that's where we should be exploiting. It just doesn't work. Fofana. Gordon with the press. Caicedo with the space. Shishadova. Chalobah. Cucurella. Trev to Cucurella. He's got Nacho. Going backwards again. Navigating our way, slowly but surely. Here's Reece James. Loads of space to go into. Newcastle have kind of dropped a little deep here. And they're trying to hit on a tackle just out of the blue. Very compact, trying to not get through. Oh, that's poor from us. That's poor from us. Little lack of communication between Palmer and João Pedro there. Oh, no. Oh, one little turn and Reece James has been toasted. Here come Newcastle. Oh, that's poor from him. Good tackle. Good tackle, Caicedo. Mate, Newcastle are slow. He took about a year to decide what he was going to do with that ball. The time for Caicedo to come and press him, and he nicked it. Here's Garnacho. Do something. Enzo! What happened? Who blocked that? I swear, I don't know if that was the keeper or one of... Oh, my God. Garnacho, I prefer not to speak. I prefer not to speak. If I speak, I'm in big trouble. I'm in big trouble, man. Oh, it was Palmer with his head. It was going wide anyway, but Palmer with his head blocked it. Good defending, Cole. Oh, no, with his arm, actually. But Garnacho's shot, flipping out. What was that? I went back to Manchester. Horrible. Horrible, guys, horrible. We are 16 minutes in. It is Chelsea 0, Newcastle 0. The stats are on screen for you guys as well, so you can see exactly what's going on. So are the lineups. Those should update, I think, if there's substitutions as well. So bear that in mind. Up the pitch from Ramsdale. Gordon with the press. Booted up the pitch by Gusto. Uh-oh. Jacob Murphy. Jacob Murphy is out of options. Here's Livramento. Another Chelsea graduate. So both fullbacks for Newcastle today. Cobham graduates. Made in Cobham properly. Lewis Hall and Tino Livramento. Livramento, I remember we were looking at was going to be the backup for Reece James, if you remember from back then. And he actually could have been. Realistically, he could have been. Like right now, when you look at Livramento, although Livramento did have some injuries, so that was the only thing that held him back. But in terms of ability, they absolutely could have, we absolutely could have had Livramento become backup for Reece and keep that going. But... here he is now. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. No. I'm sorry, but that's embarrassing. That goal is absolutely embarrassing. Like, there's getting split with a hot knife through butter, and then there's that. And that's taking the mick. Like, that is amateurish. You know, you leave a red carpet out for someone. That's not leaving a red carpet out for someone. That's Tino Livramento. Look at that defending. Oh my God, that is absolutely cataclysmic defending. That is a catastrophe. That is, I'm not kidding. I've seen year 7s defend better there. That is embarrassing. Embarrassing. Holy crap. That defending is shocking. They literally just split open. It's like Moses putting his staff into the flipping sea, and the sea just, you know, legit. We created that for Newcastle. Unbelievable. We're 1-0 down. I'm flipping real. Unflipping real. I'm sorry, but that's actually surprised me. Do you know what I mean? That's actually surprised me. I don't know about you guys, but that's like, I knew we were bad, but holy crap, that is next level of bad. Like next level of bad. Really, 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 really bad defending. Shay99, thank you for your super chat saying, is Baby Lurch the leak? Didn't he do it at United? You may be right. You may be right. I don't know. I can't say, I'll be honest. I have no idea. But you never know. There was a leak, though. There was a leak. Although, I will say this. The leak was picked up by L'Equipe. And we've only had one leak. And it came in France by a French source. So, I don't know. Oh, my God. Sanchez, what are you doing? Now we're getting pressed to hell. Legitimately, we are getting pressed. Now, Newcastle can smell blood. Sanchez goes long. Fuzz Brain, thank you very much, says, don't worry, Younes. We'll buy a 16-year-old to fill the gaps we have in our defensive line. Absolutely. Absolutely, Late. Absolutely. Looking forward to that fantastic signing that we're going to have. Going to be amazing. Up the 16-year-olds. Honestly, I'll be real. Johnny's not wrong when he comes out and says Epstein FC. I mean, it really is like, it's a joke. Do you know what I mean? It really, really is a joke. It really is a joke. Here's goal Nacho, Alejandro, Bladiello, Cucurella, Chalaba, Caicedo. And nicked off again. Tino, Livramento. Nutmegging Garnacho. Have we played on? Has Garnacho kept it on? Just about. My goodness. Holy crap, guys. Come on, man. Are you not taking the mick? Control your ball. It's Cole Palmer. This is a joke. Honestly, it's an absolute farce. It really is. It really is. By the way, it was Gordon who scored that goal. I still can't believe the way that pass just went through the middle and we've done nothing about it. Like, we're actually blind. You have to be blind to not notice that pass. You have to be amateur level. I've seen, honestly, I'm not kidding, I've seen year 7 teams figure out that pass. And again, year 7 teams take part in PE, don't they? And we might actually have a PE teacher, so you know, maybe it makes sense. Anyway, Gordon's been brought down. That's going to be a yellow card for Fana. Well done. Sweet. Sweet as a nut. Add it to the tally, mate. Add it to the tally, because you don't get carded enough around here, do you? If you don't laugh, you cry. Do you know what I mean? Now for finals on yellow for 70 minutes of the game. Exactly what we need. Free kick Newcastle. No, I'm not taking Jackson back. No. What, do you want us to get more cards? No, I'm good, mate. Fafana gets inverted knees. But at this rate, yeah, he plays like it. He's meant to be one of our best defenders, honestly. We're an absolute joke. Oh, my God. Header, back post. out for a goal kick. Arash, thank you very much, saying my under-6 team scored the most goals. I'm at the bridge. Arash, mate, we might need a new PE teacher. You know, if you can step in, you're at the bridge, make your way to the dugout immediately, please. Immediately. Tell Liam I sent you. Starbucks Meg, thank you very much for your super chat as well, saying we're going to predict when the first red card will be. You know what? I've not done that before, but that's a very good shout. We might have to start predicting red cards around here. We might have to. Put your predictions in the chat. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Put your predictions in the chat. What minute are you going for? I'm going for 63. 63 is my prediction. 63rd minute, Fofana gets a second yellow. Or Garnacho does something stupid. Something like that is going to happen, I reckon, at this rate. Stick them in. We got 55, 33, 75, 70, 75, 67, 74, 75. Enzo, ooh, that would be a bad one. 67, 77. All right, so we're all pretty much the same sort of region, yeah? We're all the same sort of region. All right, that sounds great. We'll see in the second half exactly where this is all going. Oh my God, is that Caicedo on the yellow now as well? Honestly, he picks up yellows for fun. It is, isn't it? Caicedo's been booked. You can't write it. We can see exactly where this is going. We can see exactly. You don't need to be Nostradamus to predict this one, lads. You don't. Anyone with eyes and a brain can see where this one's going. Two vital players on a yellow. Brilliant. Lovely jubbly. And who? Fofana and Caicedo. Yeah, you couldn't write it. You actually couldn't write it. Little touch. Hall, Livramento, Murphy to cross into the box. Good block by, I think, Garnacho. And we've given it away. And they've given it away. Chalaba. Here's Gusto. Good burst. Keep running. Don't stop. Why are you stopping? OJ, thank you very much, saying this is so effing embarrassing. They swiped us easier than my wife swipes my credit card. That's a good one. Mate, have control of your finances. Yeah? Don't let things get carried away. Don't be like Chelsea's defence. But obviously, she needs to get something. Let her get it. But well played, good sir, well played. That's a good one. And you're not wrong. DX Fan 700, thank you very much, saying no fear, Younes. Our data scientists and AI are cooking up some numbers right now to get us back in the game. We're data-driven now, utilizing data to optimize profitability and maybe on-pitch performances. Maybe on-pitch performances. Yeah, that comes as a bonus, just in case. Little cherry on the cake. AI is trying to figure out how to get out of this one right now. ChatGPT FC. We're fully, maybe not even ChatGPT. I think we've gone to Claude. Claude is a lot more technical, Claude might give us some good statistical solution here in terms of how to navigate through to get the equalizer. But we can't control a ball, and AI can't help us with that one. So, AI is not going to step in to help you control the ball, Garnacho. Let's be real. By the way, have Newcastle fans taken up the whole stand? Surely not. Have they taken up the whole shed? They can't have. There's Lewis Hall. Little 1-2, out for a goal kick. That's unlucky. But hang on, I'm curious. Have they taken up the shed? I know normally the away fans get... No. Have they? No, I don't think they have. No, they haven't. No. God bless Claude. Honestly. Gusto's been dispossessed by Waltamard in midfield. Here come Newcastle again. Oh, nearly with a shot. He should have shot. He tried to provide the through ball there, and they've nicked it off us again. He's Siao. Livramento's had a great game. Ball in. Jacob Murphy overhit. Palmer. Oh my God, where's the touch, Caicedo? Where's the touch? We've gotten away with that one. Here's Garnacho on the left. What are you going to... I'll be honest, every time Garnacho gets the ball, my Palmer's tried to place it. What are you doing, Cole? What are you doing? What are you doing? Every time Garnacho gets the ball on the left-hand side, I feel nothing. I don't know about you. I feel nothing. Like, I'm more sure that he's going to blow it than actually do something with it. I wonder how Newcastle are... I mean, right now they've got midfield 5. But they are still going forward whenever they can. It looks like they do want a second goal, but they're trying to defend properly at the same time. What are they prioritising is my question. Here's Caicedo, Enzo. We're trying to find a way through. We've made life so hard for ourselves, honestly. Like every game. Enzo, Fofana. Apologies. Indigestion. Garnacho. Enzo. Is he going to cross it? We don't cross into the box anymore. Fofana. Gusto. Cleared. Zemosa, thank you for your super chat, my friend, saying, kudos, Younes. I've logged out of Chelsea FC for now. Just stopped by to share the pain this club keeps serving us fans. Respect to you, mate. I hope you're well. Don't worry, this is not Chelsea. This is CFC LDN. So, you know, I might need to change that to, instead of CHE, I might need to change it to... I don't even know. CLN? CFC LDN? CLN? That might work. I can't put LDN because that just says London. So, do you know what I mean? But I appreciate it. Thank you, Zemosa. Hope you're well. Here's Enzo Fernandez. Caicedo. Can we have someone do a thing called take a shot, please? That would be nice. Here's Gusto. Caicedo, I've honestly, windscreen wiper movements is what I'm seeing here. Enzo Fernandez. Can we have someone take a dig? Look at this. We're going to cross it in eventually to the goalkeeper. This is why this thing called take a shot might help. Might. Ball over the top. Newcastle... It's Harvey Barnes against Gusto. Harvey Barnes has kept the ball there. Thank you very much, Sohan Chowdhury, saying good to we string 21 passes regularly. You're trying to say it's good to see that we string 21 passes regularly. Yeah, we do, along the windscreen wiper movement. Left to right, left to right, left to right, right to left, right to left. So, CFC Josh, thank you very much, mate. Blueco out. Much love from Canada. Thank you very much, mate. Absolutely. It's the only solution left. Blueco out. It's the only thing left. It's the only thing left. We've exhausted every single other option. I think it's pretty evident now. And the only thing now is to put pressure on these owners to leave. Get out. Sell up and go. Go and conduct business elsewhere in some other private equity companies. Simple as that. Fred CFC forever, thank you very much. Saying, Younes, any chances of Johnny collab in the future? Absolutely. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I have spoken of him. He also mentioned that yesterday. I have spoken of him. And cleared everything properly in terms of my perspective, his perspective, where things are right now. Oh my God, splitting us like a hot knife through butter again, and they've won the corner. Honestly, we might as well play with no defence. Screw it. Screw it. Get rid of this defence. Just don't, you know what we should do? the fact he kept that on and Sanchez had to make a save is ridiculous. We should just abandon the defence and just stick more attackers on and just go all guns blazing, and we might win 7-6. Do you know what I mean? Like, at this rate, what's left, man, in terms of defensive, our defensive duties? We ain't got any duties. Lewis Hall with the corner to take. But thank you very much, Fred CFC Forever. I'll get to your super chat, TJ, in a sec. Lewis Hall ball in. Ball back in. Straight to Sanchez. Thank you very much. Straight into Cucurella. And we've... Good tackle. Throw. Fofana is a funny guy. Hang on, what's happened? Oh, Reece. Reece has held... Oh, no. That doesn't look good, I'll be honest. Theo, that doesn't look good at all. That does not look good at all. Throw. He's not giving it. Thank goodness for that. It didn't look good, I'll be honest. Fofana's a funny guy. How weird is it that we stopped feeling overly upset about CFC LDN's capitulations? I sometimes feel like a neutral watching us. Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. The sting has been taken out. Do you know what I mean? Because we know what to expect in the overall scheme of things. And there might be the odd game here and there where we do something like we did against Villa. But that is now too far and few between. It's just not frequent enough. So we expect things to go more wrong than right. After so long, after 4 years, I think it's pretty evident now. Do you know what I mean? So I share the same sentiment. I do. Here's Lewis Hall. He's had a good game so far. Thank you very much to Kilimanjaro for your super chat as well. After the PSG game, after the PSG loss, it's like they don't trust the gaffer anymore. We have reverted to slow Maresca style and attack. I think there is a mental issue here as well. The system, the way that we play isn't the same as we do, as we did with Maresca. It is a bit more, I would say, direct, but it's a bit more reckless as well. Defensively, we've actually opened up even more than we did with Maresca, weirdly enough. But under Maresca, things felt a little bit more robotic. With Rossinha, things feel a little bit more chaotic. Do you know what I mean? It feels like Poch light, if that makes sense. But yeah, Fred CFC Forever again. Thank you very much, mate. Saying, Younes, are you still a part of All You Can Eat? I am. I'm just not on there because the schedules are clashing. I did speak with Miz and told him that I can only come on when it's going to be possible for me because the afternoons now are getting chock-a-blocked for me. So where it's possible, you will find me on. But it's going to be much, much less, just depending on wherever I can get it in. Cole Palmer, good save. He had a bit of space opened up for him there, and Garnacho's been dispossessed. Beautiful. I don't say that enough, do I? And that's a foul on Enzo Fernandez. He was looking for that. You can tell. Maybe there is that. Maybe, yeah, with Maresca, he knew how tight his defense was and he made it rigid for that reason. Maybe. But even then, we were not that good. Why is there a water break? Oh, sorry. What's the time? Oh, yeah. It's breaking fast. Okay, fair enough. We broke fast here when? 4 hours ago? No, 3.5 hours ago. So, yeah, my brain computing UK time with my time is, yeah. We're on the brink of halftime anyway. And it's been an absolutely disaster half. Disaster half. Not very new. Do you know what I mean? I literally just said that my fast here ended 3.5 hours ago. I'm not in London. Use your brain. Unbelievable. But we've got minutes left. So I think, hang on. I don't know who on the Newcastle team has been fasting. Fofana for sure has been fasting. But everyone's got a water break out of it, which is nothing new. Free kick because of Enzo Fernandez. Can we do something with this? Reece James having a word with Enzo, telling him to move along and not take it. It's going to be Cole Palmer to cross it into the box, I think. Or Reece James to have a shot. No, this is going to be a cross. This is going to be a dink. Reece James. Maybe he has a bonus in his contract to score free kicks. But that was not happening. What's the Arsenal score? Let's have a look and see exactly. The Arsenal score right now is 0-0. And they made the sub. Mosquera on for Timber. Minute 38. Why? Something must have happened there. But Arsenal are 0-0 currently against Everton at the Emirates. Here come Newcastle again. Harvey Barnes, Lewis Hall. That left-hand side they've utilised a lot compared to their right-hand side. Lewis Hall and Harvey Barnes they've both been very, very active. Tino Livramento on the right as well, but not as much as Lewis Hall and Harvey Barnes, who again has tried to find the attacker. It's not worked. Caicedo intercepted. Here goes Cucurella. On the brink of half-time. Can we get something before half-time? Caicedo, Chalobah, Reece James. Thank you very much to TJ for the super chat. Let me just have a butchers before I read it out because we're about to cross the ball into the box, I feel. Here's Reece James. No, we're going to go back instead. All right. Here's Fofana. We're going to cross it now? Okay, Gusto, are we going to cross it now? Yep, here we go. Ball in. Straight to the goalkeeper. How many times have I said that today? Way too many. TJ, thank you for your super chat, saying, my issue with this team is we seem to not have any identity or specific play style. We are a result of Parma and Inshallah no longer being an option. Because we've not let top people make top decisions at this football club anymore. We've let AI and data do the talking. And finances be the priority. This is what happens. And loads of kinetic energy in the coaching staff. And the whole thing from the top down is a joke. It's as simple as that. The whole structure's a mess. Azu Sports, thank you very much, saying, Blue Coat out. We as a club finished under these clowns. Love from Sydney. Not even watching the game. My passion is gone. Wrap it up. I want my club back. I feel this so disconnected. You're not the only one. Much appreciated for that, my friend. Chelsea will come back. Chelsea will come back. This isn't for eternity. But we got to do our best to stop it ASAP. And it won't change until the owners go. They've made that abundantly clear. Thank you very much, mate. Sohan, thank you for the super chat, saying, surely Reece has a clause to get away if we... A clause to get away? I'll be honest. Under a new contract, I wouldn't bet on it. I wouldn't bet on it. These guys are, look at that, given away for a Newcastle throw. These guys are private equity experts. If you look at how contracts are drafted in private equity and you look at the sort of conditions that they put in order to tie you down in ways that you maybe don't even think of. But again, I assume Reece has experts on his side to be able to look at this stuff. There's legal teams and all of this, surely. But again, at the same time, these guys, you know, they will tie you down in ways where, oh my God, they're in again. Lewis Hall has tried to send another through ball. Farner's got through it. So we'll see. Vertian, thank you very much. Although there will be interest. If things, say we don't qualify for Champions League, there will be interest from clubs to come in for our best players. There will be, without question. But we'll see what happens. Vertian says, even in victory, I feel nothing. Blueco took my soul. Now, don't let them take your soul. Don't let them take your soul. But, yeah, I know about you not feeling much. I get it. I get it. I get it. We just got to use our energy in a way where we don't just accept what's going on. It's as simple as that. Because enough's enough. Ilyak Vartin says, Rosinha will go bald after 90 minutes of head scratching. He'll turn into Kurt Angle. Shay, thank you very much, saying Reese's speech after signing his new contract made WWE promos look real. Fact. Fact. And this is what I'm saying about signing a new deal in that way, bringing his salary down, his base salary anyway. His whole salary will go up if he's hitting objectives, which we won't hit. But yeah, he started talking in a certain way. Out for the punch. Good tackle. Newcastle free kick. Anthony Gordon with the defensive work. Fair play. And Ruby, thank you very much, saying disappointed to see the bridges packed. Atmosphere is dead. 2, we were chanting, is this a library earlier? Where's the heart and soul gone? It's gone with when Chelsea left. And now with CFCLDN, we're just a carcass of what we used to be. It's as simple as that. I can't blame fans for not showing any soul, but at the same time, I think they should still demonstrate something. You know, if you're not happy, say something. Do you know what I mean? We tend to go quiet. In moments like this, we're just like... Realistically, that doesn't help anyone now. We had a portion and a time where that looked like it was helping. Here we are. Rosinha is writing things down. Right, Rosinha, right. Look at that. He looks like he's drawing a painting. Literally, he's got his legs up. He's looking and going. Looks like he's actually designing proper Jack from Titanic sort of painting. This drawing, should I say, not painting. He was drawing. We've got 4 minutes of added time before we end this disaster half. End it, please. Just take us out of our misery. Feel the power, thank you for your super chat, saying the old Chelsea is gone. I don't expect any trophies anytime soon, just none. Mid-table era begun with these owners. Fact. You know the way that I see it? The way that I see it is, look, as fans, what have we got to lose? Nothing. Voice your displeasure, man. Voice it. There has to be relentlessness now. There has to be. It's the only way. And yeah, Carlos, thank you very much for you as well, saying this is so depressing. Feels like I'm watching Potterball again. Side to side boring. Actually, this is very reminiscent of Potterball. In a weird way. Because with Potterball, it was like there was like a system, kind of, but it didn't work. At all. Do you know what I mean? But it just feels void. It feels dead. Tharan, Chelsea, thank you very much. And I think we should stick JT in defence. Look, if we put JT at his age in this defence right now, we defend better. No lie. Bring JT and Gary Cahill back in, and I swear they'll put on a better performance. They won't keep up as much, but look at that. Poor, just poor. The way that Enzo's been dispossessed there, I don't think there was any communication there. I don't think he knew. Oh my God, they're walking through. Sanchez with a save. Oh my flipping God. They were literally just a little inch away and he's taken a shot from that angle. What is he doing? But Sanchez, do you see what I mean? If that was Jorgensen, probably would have conceded there. I can't lie. Can't lie. Oh no, to be fair, it took a deflection into Sanchez's path. Jacob Ramsey. RSO, thank you very much for your super chat, saying, yo, Younes, love the content. Once Blue Coat out actually happens, what's the very first change you're making to the team to get us back to the top? I swear, I am going into the market for a goalkeeper and for a defender. First court of action. Without question. Is it half time? Is it going to be half time? or not. That was happened. But yeah, that's my first court of action. And a top manager. No, actually, no. What am I doing? Yeah, I'll do that in terms of the team. No. First court of action, these directors are sacked. You don't come anywhere, you're barred. Not just sacked, you are barred from the vicinity of Stamford Bridge and Cobham. I'll put a restraining order on them too. Proper restraining order. You know? The coaching staff, everyone changes, you're gone. I'll bring in a world-class director, a top manager, probably going for Luis Enrique or someone, try and bring him in. There we are. Half-time and booze. Beautiful. I would do that, and then I would go into the market to try and get ourselves a proper spine. That's what I would do. Half-time. What an absolute disaster half that was. That was shocking, wasn't it? That was shocking. Plenty of booze, I know. I heard from... How far am I? Is it 4,000 miles away or something? 3,000 miles away? Hang on. Let me check this. Oh, yeah, 3,500 miles away. 5,500 kilometers away. I heard the booze. Yeah, I heard them. What a joke. What an absolute joke. That was depressing. In terms of, let me go through let's get the scenario now in terms of how this is looking. So we've got Arsenal right now are 0-0 half-time. We're losing 1-0 to Newcastle. Newcastle, like this, will come up into 9th. And you know what? Newcastle will be 6 points behind us, like this. Just saying. Just saying. TJ, thank you very much for your super chat again. Much appreciated. Saying, that explains the pain in my heart and soul. This is the very familiar potable. Blue coat, just go, please. Honestly. We are playing really bad football. Really bad football. But this is what we get. This is what we get. This is what we assembled. I say we because we're Chelsea. But it's not us. This is what has been assembled. Do you know what I mean? Thank you very much, OJ. Much appreciated. Saying they all deserve prison time underneath the prison. Fact. Yeah, fact. And then the restraining order. After that, once they get released, restraining order. Christian, thank you very much. Is him. I hope he is. Thank you very much. Saying, who would be your desired left wing centre back goalkeeper for us to buy? Blimey. So I can turn to players that we should have got already. Goalkeeper, honestly, we should have been all over Mike Maignan when we had the chance. Yeah, that would have been someone that I think everyone could have looked at and gone, yeah, he's clearly a number one goalkeeper. Boom, sorted. Defence. Centre-back, we'd all like a Bastoni. If we're going in for someone else, an Antonio Silva. If we're looking in the Premier League, I'm not even kidding. I like a Dan Burn. I do like Dan Burn. Newcastle. He gives me Gary Cahill vibes, but he's taller. There are options. Left wing, honestly, Kvaratskhelia was right there. For cheap. He was right there. Just give him the salary. You know? If we're looking at some other players, and Arsenal fans might be in a little bit of a 50-50 right now, but you bring in Eze, and I think he does miles more than what Garnacho's been doing, or Gittins will definitely do. There are players. We don't bother. Semenyo was right there. We don't bother. Mark Gurhey was right there. We don't bother. And if we're looking for striker, Osimhen was right there. And we don't bother. If we had got these sort of players in, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. Do you know what I mean? So it's pretty obvious what we could have done, what we should have done, and what we didn't do. So thank you very much, mate. I hope that explains. Kashmiri again, Kashmiri Blue, thank you very much, mate. I hope you're well. This club is dead. Rafinha is diversity hire. DEI, yeah? Blimey. I think there's a part of the fact that he came from Strasbourg and he was the easiest guy to bring in as well. He's part of the model. He's someone that is happy to go along with it because he's done it at a lower level. Elise, by the way, was another option that we could have got. Yes, how funny is that? It's funny, Thomas Tuchel wanted Dembele and Anthony Gordon. All these players we actually could have done with. Leao, we could have... Nah, don't. I'm going to start punching things. I'm going to start throwing hands up in here. With no one in it. Do you know what I mean? Thank you very much, mate. But yeah. Thank you to MEvolution22. Hope you're well. What's funny is that these owners told us we weren't well on a financial or sporting side. Guarantee any new owners, if we did get them, would say the same thing about Blueco, except even worse. Facts. That was the biggest lie and bluff that they had put forward to the fan base. Biggest. And they've only gone and destroyed things even more. Do you know what I mean? So you're not wrong. You're not wrong there. You're not wrong. I'm having this debate on Twitter, right, with a certain someone who, as far as I'm concerned, just doesn't want to admit things for what they are. But you get these Newcastle owners into Chelsea with our resources and you hand them 2 billion, we'd win the title. Newcastle ain't got that to spend. Because of FFP. We had that to spend. And flog players that we rightfully should have got rid of. But what we did is we replaced them with players that we then ended up selling anyway on top of that as well. So the whole model's gone in the bin. But honestly, you give them lot sort of 2 billion and Chelsea Football Club in the prime real estate area of London, give us the Premier League. Mofly Jiren says, imagine if Tonali and Bruno playing. And yet they've rotated. They rotated. They rotated. And Tonali's ill. How mad is that, eh? How mad is that? Crazy. Crazy. But thank you very much, guys, for the super chats. Azu Sports as well, thank you, saying, please, Blueco out boycott games this season and merch. Yeah. Look, I appreciate when people... I've heard Johnny's take on this. Johnny's saying, you know what? Fans need to go to the ground to voice their displeasure. I would go a bit 50-50. I would say, look, we need some fans to not go. And then we need some fans to maybe be in the ground, enough to be able to show that there's empty seats, but enough to be able to actually have a voice in there and tell you, you know what, the season ticket holders, because they're not going to give their tickets back. But the ones in there going, listen, and just Blueco out, Blueco out, Blueco out. In the ground to create noise and out the ground to leave the empty seats. I think that's the hybrid that actually needs to be done at this point. And don't buy merch. Don't put any money into this. Don't. I'll be completely honest with you. Yeah, you guys saw this in the past. I could right now drop a Megastore link for you guys. It's active. It's there. I've removed it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. There's a kickback link in the description that you can go and buy overall football merch. So if you want international shirts like the England top or anything like that, if anyone supports, that's mainly for Younes Talks Football. If you want a United top, an Arsenal top or something, you can go in there and get it, right? It's no problem. That's kickback. That's as a whole. That's football as a whole. I can't control that. But the mega store, don't buy. Don't buy from them. Don't buy from them. Don't buy from them. Don't put your money into this. Go and spend your money elsewhere. Go and buy dinner. Have some flowers. Do you know what I mean? Simple as that. Mofly Jiren says, I'll take Alexis Sanchez now than these wingers. Where is Alexis Sanchez? Is he still playing? Where is he? I've not seen him in a while. I swear he is playing. I forgot where. Alexis Sanchez. Where is he? Oh, Sevilla. No way. 37 years old, playing at Sevilla. Respect. Respect. I thought he vanished. Thank you very much. Hang on, let me filter this. Azu Sports again saying this depressing top to bottom, Blueco out, enough. Blueco out 100%. That needs to be the message. And this is what I'm expecting from these protest groups. Funnily enough, I've spoken with Dubes. And I've spoken with people that were part of that Not a Project CFC protest, the one that backfired because the messaging wasn't clear. I've told them, look, there's got to be a Blueco out. It's as simple as that now. Like, the only thing now is Blueco out. There's nothing left. There's no change the model, they're not doing it. There's no get rid of the directors, they're going to get another bunch of puppets if they even come to that. They're just going to buy time. The owners need to sell. Buy. See you later. Pick up your bags and leave. Done. End of story. That's it. That's all that's left. That's the only message that now needs to be put out. Only message. It's as simple as that. Anything else is irrelevant, like Liam Rossini is irrelevant. Thirsty Fish, thank you very much, saying, when Russia wages war, a Russian owner has to give up Chelsea. When America wages war, don't you think someone has to give it up? Mate, the logic is logicking here. The logic is logicking, my friend. Thirsty Fish, you are a very bright fish. You're not so thirsty. You've drunk in a lot of knowledge. Double standards. That's all we're going to say. Double standards. And it's funny because I can see the repercussions of all of that and that's going on right here in the region. So you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Goofy, thank you very much, saying, we're getting a red. I saw it from the ref huddle. Honestly. We've probably wound up the ref even more just because of that, you know. He's probably thinking, you know what, I might send one of these off because they're winding me up. Wouldn't have surprised me. Mofly Jiren says, forgot we were monitoring Shirky all summer. Another one on the cheap. Unreal. My boy Blue saying, criminal that we have spent 100 million on the left wing. Garnacho and Gittins. Register that. I'll add more. David Washington, Omari Kellyman, it's 40 million between them. Delap, 30 odd million added on top. That's 70 million. We are special. Jason, thank you very much. Saying, lost 40 pounds. I fit into China fake kits now. Brilliant. Yeah. Get yourself an extra large in a Chinese kit because that's going to be the way that it navigates. Do you know what I mean? If not, you won't fit. So Hill, thank you for your super chat, saying there's a serious lack of IQ in this team, beyond the lack of maturity. I'd bet none of our players scores a higher IQ like Lamps or Mata in the past. No chance. We're not built that way. We're not built that way. And on top of that, they have a disadvantage. So not only are they low IQ and lack of maturity, but on top of that, they've come in an era right now where football in the Premier League is restricted. So it's doubled down even more. Do you know what I mean? At least if there was some creativity and these guys had a bit of freedom and they might create something for you. There's none. I agree. We're very limited. We maybe got a handful of footballers that have it. The rest don't. The squad definitely doesn't. Marcus Anthony, thank you for your super chat. Marcus Anthony? Was that not an artist, a music artist who used to like... Hang on. That's Mark Anthony. Mark Anthony. Yeah, Mark Anthony was the guy that collabed with Pitbull. Am I right? Yeah, it was. Yeah, I remember Mark Anthony. What a quality tune that was. I remember when that came out. Good times. But Mark Anthony. Blue Cobalt coach, only tweak it. Notice the pattern. 100%. Why? Because they are not dictating things. Let me just double check something real quick because I might be able to solve this issue right now. Let me just do something. I think we're about to. Boom. I think now this has been resolved. Let's see the lineups and see if left to right has gone to right to left. Or wait. When that comes up, we'll see. Right. Thank you very much as well to... Oh, no, there, Marcus Anthony. Thank you very much. That's great. Much appreciated. The lineups have been fixed. There we are. So right to left is now left to right, properly, right? So the left-hand side is the left-hand side, the right-hand side is the right-hand side. Perfect. Dan, much appreciated. No way. No way. Look who's coming on. Look who's coming on. What is Liam doing here? I swear. I swear. Oh, we're doing the huddle thing again. We're doing the huddle thing in the... Who's coming off? I'm curious. João Pedro's still on the pitch. Who's coming off? Man said Brock Lesnar on. Delap guaranteed yellow coming up, but 100% right now, the way that is going. Gusto. Is it Gusto? So Reece has gone to right back. Hang on, so okay. Let's take a look at the lineup on screen. So Reece has gone into right back. Enzo has tucked in next to Caicedo. João Pedro in the 10. You're kidding. You're flipping kidding. He's gone with João Pedro in the 10 to accommodate the lap. I mean, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Let us pray, is all I'm going to say. Let us pray. Right, we've kicked off the second half. Oh, Newcastle player down. Great, the lap. Elbowing someone in the buttocks. Great, brilliant. Straight off the bat. Straight off the bat. Brock Lesnar. F5. Honestly, he's done it again. He's done, no, honestly. Someone put a strap on this guy. Put a leash on him. Honestly, at this rate. Out for a goal kick, Newcastle. Unreal. Oh, mate. The lap is Brock Lesnar, isn't he? He actually is. I swear. I'll look forward to the day. I mean, we've got WrestleMania coming up, so I don't know. The lap's going to F5 someone. He might get on the card. Night 1. Here's Lewis Hall. Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes. Lewis Hall. Blocked by Fofana. Enzo Fernandez. Out for a throw to Newcastle. Here's Ramsdale. All in between. Straight to Fofana. Caicedo back to... No, sorry, Reece James. Reece James, my bad. Now Fofana. Same hairstyles. Honestly, same hair. Similar hair, shall I say. Not quite same exactly, but very, very similar. Sanchez. Don't make any mistakes. Thank you. He's gone long. Delap. Brock Lesnar. The Beast. Lewis Hall with a poor touch. Very, very poor. Very, very poor. Cole Palmer. To Reece James. Fofana. Enzo Fernandez. You know what? I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be honest with you. I expect Chelsea now to show a little bit of energy. This is how we always do it. Now we come out for the second half, we're going to show a little bit more tempo. We're going to show a little bit more energy. I actually think we're going to work their goalkeeper. We might even score. And then, after that, we'll start to bring ourselves back down a little bit. Here's the lap. It's the lap. He's worked the goalkeeper. I expect this, and then after, to about minute 70, and then I expect a dip again. So, if we're going to get anything, it's going to come in the next 20 minutes, basically. And if it doesn't, then it won't. Thank you very much, Sebi. I'm sorry, Mrs. Jackson. I am for real. Enzo. Ball in. Oh, I thought I was going to go to Cucurella. I really thought I was going to go to Cucurella. That was similarly to... When did Cucurella score that goal? He came out of nowhere, ball into the box, and he kind of threw himself in. Looked like that. It's our third corner of the game. Cleared. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We've been hit on the break. 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 It's 3-on-2. It's 3-on-2. It's 3-on-2. Oh, Anthony Gordon stretched it. Oh, they've blown it. Oh, my God. Again, split open. Just on the break. Chasing shadows. Fully chasing shadows. Lewis Hall. We got back in time. And that's what we have to be scared of now. We have to be concerned for that one thing alone, is how we'd get caught on the break. Oh, again, look at the space. That's criminal. That is criminal. Is that a corner? Sanchez saved that? No, I don't think he has. Unlucky. I can't blame Sanchez for that, but oh my God. Cole Palmer blew that, honestly, with that touch, and they were in. If he should have taken a touch, Gordon didn't take the touch. If he took a touch, he would have remained central. It went ahead of him. Is it a corner ball, Newcastle? Lewis, oh, it is a throw. Sanchez did save it. Fair play to him. Throw in by Lewis Hall. Everyone's going for the Rory Delap now, yeah? Big up Rory Delap. Absolute pioneer. Proper pioneer. Rory Delap lumped the throw in. I wish he could, try and share some value with his son to do something worth of value. You know? At least Rory Delap was remembered for one thing. Liam right now won't be. Here's Caicedo. Cucurella. Pedro. Tight space. And keeper grabs it. Thank you very much, Shay, for your super chat. Seeing as this game is Dross, Younes, tell us your ultimate meal deal combo. Oh, mate. Meal deal combo? I'll be honest, I've not had a meal deal in years. I just haven't. I remember when the meal deals first came out, right? You're going to get proper unk talk. And I was in college. And we had meal deals. And for the times where I didn't take lunch from home, and I would get a meal deal, cheese and tomato pasta, prawn cocktail crisps, and I would always go to I used to go to a Lucozade or something as my drink. That used to be my meal deal. Back in the day, that was £3. So we used to have £3 meal deals. I know now it's like a €5. Is it £6 or something? It's doubled. I don't know what it is now, but yeah. My other choice when I used to go to sandwiches was smoked salmon. That used to be the one. Those sandwiches were never part of the meal deals because they were premium, but I loved them a lot. So I used to go to them. Yeah. You probably got more value from that than you did by anything I've said in relation to this game. So this is nuts. OJ, thank you for your super chat saying we're done. Our only non-pragmatic chance is FA Cup. And even then, yeah, we got Port Vale in the quarterfinal. What happens in the semis? Where we play either Arsenal, Man City, or probably Liverpool. It's just... Do you know what I mean? Up the meal deals. Oh, it's still £3 for a club card. Oh, amazing. All right, if it's £3 of a club card, then great, fantastic. That means it's still £3. Do you know what I mean? Still £3. Happy days. Fofana. Cucurella. Garnacho. Blocked. Oh, Cucurella has cleared it away. If we go to games elsewhere, by the way, is Anthony Gordon. Oh, no, not again. Voltemada, he's gone back. He should have gone forward there. Lewis Hall, out for a block. The Arsenal game right now is still 0-0. What's going on over there? Have Arsenal capitulated or something? I'm fully expecting them to win this game 2-0 and we're getting nothing. I'm glad we're not watching that, I'll be honest. Sebi, thank you very much. Saying, Younes, please make a video in the car. Maybe that will remove the curse. Oh, mate. Do you remember them car videos? That won't remove the curse. Nothing can remove the curse. Blue Co can remove the curse by escorting themselves out of the building permanently. That's what will lift the curse. Here come Newcastle again. Oh, I should have flicked it. Very late from Gordon. Very late. Our defense is so open. It's actually it's so easy to exploit. It's scary. It's scary how bad our defending is. It really is. Livramento's going to go with the Rory Delap throw again. Eddie Howe. Lewis Hall can do it, and so can Livramento. Up in the air. Look, we've lost that first ball. Up again. We lost that first ball again. Honestly, defensively, we're a joke. It's a joke. And it lets the whole team down. Fully. Fully. Chelsea throw. .56 minutes in. Still Chelsea 0, Newcastle 1. I did predict a draw. And right now, not even that is looking likely. Look at the Gordon press. My goodness. Oh my God. Oh my God. There it is. Oh my God. What a calamity. Oh my goodness, man. They're just out of nowhere. They've come out with this crazy energy. And Gordon has, and they've tried to appeal for a penalty, which I don't think is a pen, by the way. Voltemada he's got Tekkers. Voltemada's got Tekkers. Voltemada's got Tekkers. And he's lost the ball. Caicedo. My goodness. And it's out for a corner. There's going to be a check. There's going to be a check. Look at this. Sanchez has literally shot the ball at Fofana. Let's have a look here. Nah, he gets the ball, I think. He gets the ball. He gets the ball. I think it's just a corner. Is he still waiting for a decision, or are we good? I think we're good. Reece James telling everyone to get up and... How about we show some quality first? I hate when we do this, by the way. We try and get the fans ramped up. Mate, do something. But then again, they can't. Do you know what I mean? It's just... It's like you're begging the fans to help you. You should never beg fans to help you. What's happened there? He's still listening. Are they still checking? What's going on? Oh, no, this is something else. What's happened? I'm so confused. The game's being played anyway. What are we doing? Why are you showing me an irrelevant replay? Honestly. Reece James. Thank you very much to Fuzzbrain. Need that Polo sponsor code. Honestly, facts. I might get in touch with, what's that bed company? Dreams? Benson Beds. That might work. I don't know. I'm sure there's another company I'm missing here. I might have to get in touch. We might have to make this a regular thing. Shay, thank you very much to A Brave Man Admits to Prawn Cocktail Crisps. Mate, prawn cocktail crisps are banging. I grew up on them, so that's why. I mean, from when I was a kid, they were my number one choice. When I was like 4, prawn cocktail crisp was the one, so I grew up with it. That's why. It was not an adult decision, but it's a decision I definitely don't regret. Without question, prawn cocktail bangs. Although I've not had prawn cocktail in time. I've not had crisps in time, I'll be honest, so got to eat healthy. Although a packet of crisps don't hurt from time to time. Cucurella on the right-hand side. Ball in. My goodness. And it's a free kick to Newcastle. I think, is that Lewis Hall? He put his head in the midst of that. Proper Cobham heritage. Proper. Lewis Hall throwing himself into that challenge. He learned that. He probably learned that from Jay. Look at this. Oh, no, to be fair. That's a weird way to defend, but it worked. He managed to get rid of it with his shoulder. That's actually good defending. He's proper dived in with his shoulder. Fair play, Lewis Hall. Fair play. Oh, substitution. For who? Caicedo off. Lavia. My one thing for Lavia is don't break. Just please don't break. That's all I ask. Don't break. Do you know what I mean? Steve, thank you very much, mate. Hope you're well. Hang on, let me sort this out. I've got a little bit of a mumbo-jumbo going on. Your dad is a legend. Loved your content with him. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you. We enjoyed that. I'm glad you liked it. But yeah, my dad was straight up. I love doing those videos. So, fun fact, and I'll give him credit. I was about to drop a whole podcast because it went on for an hour and 16 minutes. We had the plan of doing 25 minutes, and we just kept talking. An hour and 16. It was his idea to split it into 3. And then you got 3 parts out of it. So, yeah, made it a lot more digestible for you guys. So you can thank him. But I'm glad it was received very, very, very well. He'll be on the next time it's possible, without question. Okay, referee's given the goal kick. Cole Palmer's gone down here, and the referee's gone, it's a goal kick, mate, relax. Here's the, let's have a look at it. It's Voltemada. Nah, it's not a foul, have a day off. In fact, he stood on Voltemada's foot. What's Cole Palmer doing there? What's he doing there? You see, I don't like that. That screams desperation. That screams desperation. Liam, mate, you might want to take a look at the replay. I'll be honest. Take a look at the replay. It's not a pen. No way. And the referee has correctly gone goal kick. He's right. It's not a pen. That's screaming desperate times. I'll be honest. That's screaming desperate times. Liam, don't make yourself look like a twat, mate. Go and look at the replay. You'll see it for yourself. Honestly, yeah, it's a shameless dive, isn't it? It is. Well, it's great to see someone with a mindset same to mine, Younes. I appreciate that. Cheers, Steve. Have Arsenal scored? I don't see a goal here. Martinelli and Gyökeres have come on for Kai Havertz and Madueke. Unless they're about to score. Who knows? What, is this another long throw for Newcastle? Another long throw, incoming. Look at Tosin eyeing Lewis all up. What's that about? Cleared by Liam Delap, kind of. Into his own. He cleared it into his own box. Here's Liam Delap, and he boots up the pitch. Great, good direction. There we are. That's the direction you want to get rid. Livramento. Lewis Hall. Oh my God, he's found Walter. That was a pass and a half. But do you see how easy it is for them to split us? It's so easy. So easy. Here's Cole. Cole Palmer on the right. Is that intercepted? Garnacho, he's going to try and find an avenue to shoot. Cole Palmer. Garnacho. Okay, I'm going to say this again. Can we do that thing called shoot? You know that there's a very revolutionary thing. It's a thing called shooting the ball. It's not very common. At least not here. And Reece James has been dispossessed. Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon's an absolute horse, by the way. Can I just say this? What an absolute maniac. This guy presses for like 25 days away, 25 hours a day, 8 days a week. Honestly, monster, man. No wonder Tuchel wanted him. No wonder. Enzo, ball in and cleared. Honestly, we look absolutely shot for ideas. Proper shot for ideas. Harvey Barnes. He should have got Anthony Gordon, had him there, you know. Fast Brain, thank you very much for your super chat saying it's a crime we didn't buy Gordon years ago. Well, if Thomas Tuchel was still here, I think we would have. But he got fired, so we didn't. Do you know what I mean? Newcastle sub, Joe Linton coming on. Joe Linton, who had a very good game against Barcelona, and he's taken Woltemade off in midfield. This is now going to bring Newcastle some balance. But I can't believe I'm about to say this. I've done a whole video on why Woltemade midfield doesn't work. He's actually played well today. And I said that we needed to lock the midfield down because Woltemade midfield is just the biggest opportunity we could ask for. And we still haven't capitalised. He actually had a good game. We are such a special institution, honestly. We are such... This is the history of the CFC-LDN. Charity FC at its finest. We made Eddie Howe's dodgy experiment look good. Here's João Pedro. João Pedro shot. I mean, respect. There was a body in front of him, so it didn't work. But at least he done that thing called shoot. Here's Livramento. Honestly, what are we doing? What is this? What is this? By the way, Thomas Tuchel's here, watching Anthony Gordon. Just saying. Nice dummy, nice dummy. They got awareness. Livramento, ball in, back post. Too far. They're pushing. They're actually pushing. They're 1-0 up and they're pushing. I'm worried now Racina's going to do some mad sub. A sub that just don't make sense. Like, he's going to bring Tosin on. Something's going to go down now. Do you know what I mean? We're close to the mark where I said we needed to capitalise by it. I said by the 70th minute or so. We're 68. And we've done nothing. CFC Ballers 1905 says, will you take no Champions League if Arsenal don't win the league? No. I want us to be in the Champions League. I really, no. If it means, if Arsenal are going to win the league, they deserve it. Do you know what I mean? But what we do is irrelevant to what they're doing. It's completely irrelevant. Arash, thank you very much, says not anti-LGBT, but CFC playing first to shoot is... I prefer not to speak. Arash, you're meant to be in the dugout. Anthony Gordon, oh my God, Sanchez with a monster save. Monster save. Again, if that's Jorgensen, it's probably 2-0. Let's just be real. But look at the way that they picked up the ball there. Look at the space that he has. It's just, it's amateur. It's amateur. Do you know what I mean? My boy Blue, thank you for your super chat saying to have got in the 6-yard box and not take a shot. It's typical, isn't it? Ball across to the right-hand side for Newcastle. Look at this. Lavia, you might want to get a little bit tighter. Ball in, Sanchez. Daniel, thank you very much, mate, for your super chat. Bluco is obviously the problem, but I think with Maresca, we had some great games with nice football. He got the best out of the players considering the situation. To an extent, you're not wrong. Like, that's not the levels we should be aspiring for anyway, but considering what he had at his disposal and that he actually won a Club World Cup with it. But talk on the street is that he actually wanted a top centre-back. What a surprise. So, yeah, we don't do that here. But this is why whoever we hire is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Oh, here's Rory Delap. And it's a block. OJ says, we are done. We're not scoring the next 200 minutes. And that's the PSG game included then, yeah? Oh my God, imagine we don't even score in that game. No, the fact that we don't score today is criminal. Like, we have to score. Surely we score. Surely. Do you know what I mean? Ruby, thank you very much, said, I bet our summer signings feel like they were sold a dream. I feel really bad for them because we had every hope of winning this season after the Club World Cup. That's what the illusion was. And not even the illusion, it's what a serious club should have done. But we've confirmed we're not a serious club. And this is why they're not moving the model. They've proven to you, even after winning the Club World Cup and getting Champions League football, that they're not willing to level things up. So then they're never going to. They're never going to. That's just the truth. So you're not wrong, Ruby. You're not wrong. Honestly, that Willock to Gordon goal was the most calmest goal anyone in their life could dream of. Honestly. There's on a plate, and then there's this. Michelin star settings. Do you know what I mean? We get another water break. Oh, Rosina's got the papers out. Raji, thank you for your your member. Much appreciated. 37 months. Talk about loyalty. Your captain. Our attackers are, yes, top 4, bye-bye. Thank you very much, mate. They definitely don't help matters right now, especially when we can't defend, save our lives. So you're right. Caden, thank you very much, mate, for your super chat. I hope the players know we need to shoot to score. That's the revolutionary thing that we need to dream of here is you know, shooting might get you a goal. You know, we should try it. We should try it, see if it works. Ramsdale, goal kick, up the pitch, lumped. Let's go. That's a Newcastle throw. Sorry. Is that... No, Willock has been playing. He hasn't he? Yeah, he has. He got the assist. Oh, yeah, he got treatment. Sorry, he got treatment. My bad. You know what's mad? This is crazy. For a team like Newcastle that doesn't actually want to navigate it by passing out of the back all the time, they actually move the ball out of the back pretty calmly. But then again, they're playing against us. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know if it's that, but they just look like they're doing it so easily. We make it look like a mathematical equation. Like, it's crazy. Here's Cucurella into the goalkeeper. I mean, it is what it is. JQ4726, thank you very much for becoming a member. Welcome to the squad. Much appreciated. TJ saying this is embarrassing. So embarrassing. It really is, mate. I feel you. It really, really is. It really is. We got 15 minutes left to save our skin here. 15. OJ says we are the Team World Cup winners. Respect. Oh, look at that pass. Look at that pass. Straight to Lewis Hall. Straight to Lewis Hall. Thank you very much, Shay. In the words of Danny the Fink, of course we are building a effing world-class team. What a clown. It's crazy, isn't it? I call that nothing else but gaslighting. It's gaslighting. Pure gaslighting. Trying to pretend that something is what it isn't. Here's Reece James. Delap hits that into row L. I'm not even surprised. Like, it doesn't move me. It really doesn't move me. You know, normally I'd be like, oh, look. It does not move me. Because I don't expect it. Simple as that. Todd Bowley is alive! Oh my God, Todd Bowley is alive! He's here! Wow! I can't believe this! He exists! He's still around! I thought he was dead. It's like, Ian Wright, they told me you was dead. Like, that's what happened here. Amazing. And this is why we say Blue Co. Because for anyone that goes, oh no, but Todd Bowley, no. Todd Bowley is involved in this and has since the start. It's all of them. As a consort, you came in as a consortium, you can leave as a consortium. See you later. Simple as that. Oh, now they're bringing on Dan Burn. Flipping hell. It's like I said, I like Dan Burn. He's a good centre-back. He's about 70 foot tall as well, so... Steve says Bowley was outside the ground with a sandwich board advertising Vivid Seats. Which, by the way, he still owns, just to let you guys know. Oh, yeah, so Dan Burns coming on and Ilanga is coming on. Honestly, Eddie Howe's, I think, played a blinder here. He's played a blinder. He's bringing on all these players. Now, Trippier as well, who actually played really well against Barcelona. And he's now reversing the rotation that he made with a scoreline in his favour. I mean, it's just... That's Jacob Murphy coming off, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Dan Burn, capo. He's bloody tall, isn't he? Dan Burn is a lump, absolute lamppost. He's a proper lamppost. Got to look up at him like this. Do you know what I mean? OJ says, Roman Abramovich, Blue Card. Are they singing that? I can't put the volume too high. Get copyrighted. But that's why I can't hear. Here's Garnacho. They're claiming. Referee says, get on with it. Honestly, we are so desperate, it's stupid. Hang on, here's the replay. Let's take a look at this. Oh, get out of here. Holy crap. Are we that desperate? We're that desperate. Wow. I'm sorry, but that's really bad. Do you know what I mean? The guy literally goes in, and it hits him here. And he's not moved his arm, and everyone's going, Bedouin! way! Like, come on, man. Have some shame. Do you know what I mean? Have some shame. That's unlucky from Trev. Getting into the thick of it, should I say. Ant and Dec. Big up Ant and Dec. TV legends. For me, childhood TV legends as well. And they're still going. Fair play to them. We were having this conversation with Steve in the chat on not the last game, the game before, weren't we? Yeah, big up Ant and Dec. Time is ticking. It really is ticking here, guys. We've got 10 minutes left. We're about to hit minute 80. And I'm actually, well, am I surprised? I kind of am a little bit. Nothing's changed compared to the first half. Nothing. It's a carbon copy. I was expecting up until about minute 70 to have some more energy and some more urgency and to have a little bit more threat. We have shown none. It's the same. We look flat out of ideas. We really do look flat out of ideas. Just look at the stands as well. No, everyone's just... Do you know what I mean? Everyone's just dead inside. Enzo ball in. And Delap heads it to Newcastle because he doesn't know who he's playing for. Here's Elanga. You know, one thing that I've realised about Newcastle today is they've got composure. Every single one of their players, they just look drilled. They look composed. They know where all their teammates are. They know where to go. They know how to navigate. And look at the space they're getting themselves into now. We're just red carpet. Lewis Hall, Joe Linton into midfield. Look at the space. Lavia's caught out. It's basic stuff. Basic stuff here. Really basic. Look at that. Just inviting the pressure. Just inviting the pressure. Anthony Gordon, shot. Sanchez. We're just inviting things. Starzent says these Bumbleclaw owners need to go. Respect. 100%. Bluco out. Irrespective of what happens here. This shows you everything you need to know. Here's João Pedro. Tries to feed Liam Delap, and they're going to defend this out for not a goal kick. Oh, I'm surprised why they didn't just let that out go for a goal kick, but they've got something anyway. Free kick, I think. Hato. Hato for Fofana. Someone explain to me, what does that sub do? Unless we're going to a back five. We're going to a back three. So Reece James has passed it to Enzo, passed it to Lavia. Chris, thank you very much for your super chat. Says, I hope Arsenal win the league. That's it. What is Arsenal doing, by the way? It's a bit of a shambles over there. It was 0-0 the whole time. Is it still 0-0? It's still 0-0. Is that game dead or something? What's going on over there? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. Brilliant. Let them drop points. But I'm surprised. I actually am surprised it's 0-0 over there. It's actually quite revealing that I'm more surprised that Arsenal are drawing at home against Everton than I am Chelsea losing at home to Newcastle. That's how mad and how far we've fallen. Lawrence, thank you very much for your super chat saying, I don't blame Blueco for not taking us serious anymore. The match-going fans are the problem now. Blueco have them exactly where they want them. Sad. Right now, you're right. Fans can turn this tomorrow if they wanted to. It just needs to flick the switch on. It just takes action. As soon as fans start to take action, boom, blue card finished. Respectfully. Don't go to games. If there's going to be some that go to games, be vocal. Don't buy anything. Switch off with this, and they'll get at that point, things don't go to the mega store, don't buy anything. At that point, they'll start to really pay attention. Hands need to be forced here. And the only sole message of any sort of protest has to be blue go out. That's it. There's nothing else except leave. End of story. And it has to be relentless. So it's up to fans. It's up to match-going fans to start paying attention and to start taking action. It really is. It really is. We've got 6 minutes left. Saud, thank you very much, saying PSG licking their lips watching this while resting. Honestly, yeah, PSG are not even playing. They're not even playing. Their league gave them their day off because they requested it, because they need the help, because PSG are the only French team left in the Champions League and they need assistance. And they granted it to them. They were meant to play Rennes. Rennes allowed it. How mad is that? So PSG have the day off. Palmer ball in. Goal kick. Lawrence, thank you very much. Says, if we are serious, the stadium should be empty now. You're not wrong, mate. You are completely right. You are completely right. I can't believe I said 2-2. It's mad. I'm giving these predictions that are not even wins, and I'm giving too much credit. I done it against PSG. We got smashed. I done it against Newcastle. We're about to lose. I'm giving credit. And I'm not even trying. And it's still backfiring. Unbelievable. 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 You know? Here's Garnacho, who's now on the right. Lavia. Good defend him. Harvey Barnes. Respectfully, even a draw's not enough. We've absolutely destroyed ourselves here because we need to win. So we've got 3.5 minutes left. We have absolutely just... What a mess. Just what a mess. It's so sad. Overall, it is... Look at that. Look at that. Hato's been dispossessed. As easy as... He got the ball taken off him as easy as people robbing phones in central London. Even Cucurella now is playing right... In the right half space. I don't get what's going on. I genuinely don't know what's going on there. Bosh. Pressure. My God. Control a ball, please. Do you know what I mean? Here's Enzo. Thank you very much, OJ, for your super chat. Enzo's trying to do flicks and tricks and like that. Chelsea fans, stop going to games. Boycott Blueco. Fact. Fact. YTVN says Newcastle last beat us at home in 2012. Has it been that long? No way. Mad. Kev, thank you very much for your super chat saying, Younes, it's time to boycott the club, man. I have. I ain't buying anything. I don't go to games. I mean, it's not, even if I could, I can't. Even if I wanted to, considering I'm 5,000 kilometers away. But yeah, let's just say if I was there, I wouldn't be going. People need to do the same. They need to wake up. Fuzz Brain says RIP Champions League spot. Honestly, feels like it's not going to happen, isn't it? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I had us finishing 6th anyway, so Raheem says, Chloe Kelly FC, pressure, what pressure? Pressure is millions of people in the world, no money to buy food for their children. That's pressure. That's Jose. All right, respect, man, respect. Respect to people that set levels at this football club, all of them. Roman, Peter Kenyon, the various directors we went through. I forgot the one before Marina. Who was there? I forgot his name. Came after Peter Kenyon. The players, legends, respect to all of them that set the level so high at this football club. Because it's not going to happen. It's not going to come back anytime soon. Lewis Hall picked up a yellow. Proper Chelsea. Proper Chelsea. Lewis Hall. Nathan, thank you very much. Nathan, thank you very much, mate. Saying, at this point, I'm happy with not having Champions League for the next 2 seasons if it means these owners sell up. One way or another, these guys got to go. So, yeah, respect to you, mate. Baron, thank you very much. Wow, I can't wait to hear Rossini's new vocabulary he will use to explain the loss. Don't worry, we still might get a draw, and he'll say it's positive. Don't worry. Might get a 1-1. Which has conceded a free kick. How many minutes of added time? But yeah, you're right. I'm looking forward to the vocabulary he's going to use in this one. RAS 556, all that possession, but we do nothing with it. I don't even feel like watching Chelsea on TV, let alone going to the stadium. Don't bother. 8 minutes. Where's 8 come from? All right, I'll take it. Thank you very much, mate. Jammy Jam Jars. What a name. If West Ham and Forest somehow win their games, Liverpool versus Spurs could be the most watched game of the entire season. It actually could be. And that's why we're doing a watch-along on Younes Talks Football tomorrow. So make sure you guys are there. Link in the description. Make sure you're subbed to all other things. Look, if you want to find Younes happy, talking about football, not worrying, enjoying the analysis, talking about what's going on in the games, join me on Younes Talks Football and we can just be watching football without any stress. Link in the description. We're doing watch-alongs over there, Liverpool, Tottenham tomorrow, daily videos like I'm doing on here. It's Younes, but living life. enjoying football. Link in the description. Join me over there tomorrow. We're doing Liverpool, Tottenham. We can watch football together in peace. How's that? So make sure you're there. Make sure you're subbed. And go and check out the videos I've uploaded anyway, because I'm doing daily videos over there anyway. So make sure you're watching. Lawrence saying, under 2015-16 season, the fans raised the banner against Hazard and Fabregas. This fan base doesn't know difference between being coward, brave, so pissed. You know what? What's mad? At that point, at least fans were looking at, look, we have to flip and do something, at least, because at that point, everything was in place. No one questioned the ownership. No one questioned the manager because it was Jose in charge. Let's be honest. So people were looking to the players and going, you guys have got to get your get your acts together. What's going on? You were setting levels and now you're not. It's on you. So I get the sentiment, but at least there was action taken back then. And respectfully, yeah, you know what? Hazard, Fabregas, on it. It wasn't anything to do with him. It wasn't. People at that time, though, didn't know the story. It was the whole Jose, Eva Carnero thing happening. That's what happened. So, yeah. But now fans are passive. They don't even say anything. They don't do anything. Nothing happens. It's bizarre. We're talking the match-going fans anyway. Nothing. There's a chant from time to time. We don't care about Clear Lake. They don't care about us. Roman Abramovich. These things need to be 90 minutes now. 90 minutes. 90 minutes. Do you know what I mean? Non-stop. And we need to start. This is what I'm not seeing. Blue coat out. They won't let banners in. So there needs to be a way of getting banners in one way or another. There needs to be voices. There needs to be whatever you can get to get blue coat out, vocal, whatever. It needs to be done. It needs to be done at this point. There's nothing else. There's nothing else. Got 5 minutes left of this off stoppage time. And it's like I said, this loss is a disaster. Even if we score and we get a draw, it's a disaster. We need to win. So it's horrible. Horrible. OJ says, this is sucking the life out of me. I'm a zombie. Join the club. Join the club. Join the club. And like I said, shameless plug. This is why Younes Talks Football is a solution over here. We get to enjoy football without stressing and worrying. And we actually get to talk football. I miss talking football. Because I don't want to lie to you guys. I don't want to come on here and tell you guys about football and like all the solutions are football based. They're not. You know? Or the mess is football based. It's not. It's the ownership. So I miss coming on and just deep diving into football because I know if I do that, I'm lying to you guys. That's not the problem. That's not where the issues are. So I'm wasting your time and I'm wasting my time. I don't want to do that. Over on Younes Talks Football, I get to do that. I get to talk football, you know? And I get to go into good detail and I get to enjoy it. And honestly, sub over there, please. Sub over there. We get to enjoy life. So, because the only solution at Chelsea right now is Bluco out. That's it. That's it. There's nothing left. They don't want to change the model. They won't change the model. They can't change the model. Money's been spent. We're in debt. We've got big interest rates. We've got crap defense. We've got horrible players. We've got some at a handful that are really good, and that's it. We've got mediocre coach. We've got kinetic energy on the flipping bench. We've got mediocrity across the place. We've got directors that are yes men. It's just a shambles. The whole thing is an absolute shambles from head to toe. Who orchestrated that and who can change that? The owners. They don't want to change it. So get out. It's as simple as that. Get out then. Set up and go. Don says, remember the time when we were so mad about the Super League that we protested so hard to stop it from happening and it seems we succeeded. We need that same passion towards Bluco. Facts. That is exactly what we need to do. And we pioneered that because that protest happened at the bridge. So far that Petr Cech himself had to come out the offices to come and talk to the fans. But he listened. Roman listened. In 20 minutes, the decision was reversed. 20 minutes because they gave a crap. They cared. They gave a crap. And then everyone followed suit. Same energy needed. 100% same energy needed. So yeah, you're right, mate. Well said. Jeremy, thank you for your super chat saying, controversial thought, the only way that the match-going fans are going to boycott is when we start losing consistently. Why fuel the delusion of winning and getting Champions League spot if it means this ownership stays in and feeds us BS? Because this is the thing, exactly that. This is the thing. Fans are wrongfully clinging onto a hope without analysing what's in front of them and that it's not going to materialise into anything. You cannot succeed and win this way. You can't. It's impossible. It's never happened, it never will. So people need to take the delusion out and start realising the situation we're in and start taking action that needs to be taken today. Don't wait for tomorrow, because if you wait for tomorrow, that's one day wasted. It's as simple as that. So you're right. The fans need to start taking some initiative in terms of, look, nothing's working. We've been here 4 years. 2 billion has been spent. The budget has been blown. We've got debts with interest rates in the double digits that have been taken out. The financial situation is a mess. The directors don't know what they're doing. They're yes men. The owners want to continue because it sorts them out financially in terms of the model. That was their intention from the get-go. It's a private equity FC. These guys are not here to win. These guys are here to make money. And that's it. The whole intention of buying the club was because they got the club at a bargain at 2.5 billion. And they made a commitment to spend a certain money with, now that they covered with debt, because that's how private equity works. The intention to come in wasn't to actually try and succeed, it was to try and make money. So they're going to leave once they get their value, which right now doesn't look like it's even happening. So why are we questioning ambition when we know the intention was money? That's where we need to demand that they go. Because we're not here just for money. Yes, football's a business. Make money, but win. Think about balancing the two. Man City are the perfect example that know how to make money, but also know how to set the objectives and want to win. It's as simple as that. Arsenal clocked on and are now doing the same thing. They've got sponsorships in place. They've got a quality stadium. They've got a solid team. They've got a great spine. They've got something. And even they're still missing things, because I believe if they got rid of Arteta, they would actually level up. But we're just sitting here waiting for something to happen like a bunch of clowns. It's not going to happen. It cannot happen. It's impossible. The sooner people realize that and start, instead of demanding things that people were demanding 3 years ago, actually start talking about, these guys need to set up and leave. There will be other buyers that will come in and take this football club forward, without question. Leave. Bluco out. Bluco out is the only message now that needs to be put forward. Nathan says, man, it's so stressful watching this team. No peace. I appreciate that. Have we lost? We've just lost. There we are. So there we are. Deal with the real problem, match-going fans. It needs to start with them. It needs to start with the match-going fans. It has to. OJ, thank you very much, says, yeah, but let's be real, Younes. We can't talk football without paying for our opinions, mate. I wish it was different, my brother. 100%. I wish that too. when we're talking football, we're now entertaining the possibility that the solution is actually just on the pitch, and it's not. We're going to be seeing this like we have seen for the last 4 years. Good luck. It's going to keep going for the next 4. That's the problem. That's what needs to be called out. But the fans, yeah, the match-going fans, it starts with them. It starts with them. Ladies and gentlemen, we've lost 1-0. I can't believe I gave credit. I gave credit. I said 2-2. As pessimistic because of the situation, and even I was like, nah, we'll score. Surely. We'll definitely concede, but we'll score. We couldn't even do that. We're pathetic. Honestly, we are absolutely pathetic. This club has been sent into ruin. The Lions Lounge, thank you very much. Possession does not win you games. It really doesn't. It really does not, my friend. It really doesn't. I'm going to get the review done. Make sure you guys are there. I want to thank every single person that has contributed, that has been here. I appreciate all of you guys' company and you guys being here. Honestly, you guys are real ones. But like I've said, be here for, not here, be on Younes Talks Football, link in the description, subscribe over there. Be there for the Watchalong tomorrow, where we get to have fun and actually watch football for football instead of private equity. Make sure you're there for Liverpool-Tottenham, because we will be doing that. Much appreciated. And be there for the review. I'm going to get that done now, and I'm going to put that out. And again, we're going to land some nukes, because at this point, what else can be said? Let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated, people. Thank you all so much once again. And subscribe, notification bell on, and I'll see all of you on the review. Have a good one, people. Thank you so much again, and peace.